Diddy got acquitted of 3 of the most serious charges. He's been found guilty of the other 2. But a lot of people on the American news channels and like little clips that appear on Twitter over here, and a lot of them were acting really shocked about it. You know, they were like, I can't believe that he got off the trafficking and the abuse charges. I can't believe it. I'm like, how can you not believe that? How did you, like, I can't believe he got acquitted of those. I'm like, Donald Trump got found liable for rape and then subsequently found liable for then harassing the rape victim. And he still went on to become president again. Like, it's not really a stretch, is it? That fucking Diddy is getting, like, he's probably going to get 5 years. Probably. That's it. That's all he's going to end up with one of the most serious court trials in New York criminal history. RICO charges, racketeering charges, attempted murder, domestic abuse, sex trafficking. Probably end up with 5 years, out in 2. And like we said this on the paper review the other day, right? Diddy got acquitted on the most serious charges. Fundamentally because he's a rich black guy in a country that loves rich guys more than it hates black ones. That's basically what has happened here. Like, class is the killer. Class is the real killer. It always comes down to class, even more than race, in my opinion. You know, and how do we know that? Because if you flick on any news channel, and this is true, like, over here, probably more than it is, like, over in the States, even. But, like, if you put on Sky News, BBC, GB News, or whatever your chosen medium of tedium might be, you will absolutely 100% hear a well-spoken presenter, maybe a Scottish one, maybe an Irish one over here, but what you absolutely will not hear ever is a working class guy from fucking West Ham. Like, you won't hear that. You'll never hear that. Or some, state school comprehensive educated lad from fucking Britwell. There's just no way you're ever going to hear that presenting the news, guys. Like, that's how you know that class is the bigger thing, even than race, is that in the States, Diddy will get acquitted of the most serious charges because he's rich, despite being black. And over here, the BBC will hire 5 people. Sky News will hire 5 people of colour to read the news. None of them would sound out of place doing a monologue at fucking RADA, would they? Or the Sylvia Young School. It's like, and I'm not naming names here or taking anything away from anybody, right? I'm not suggesting that people haven't earned their jobs. Like, I'm really digging myself into a hole. Like, down with DEI. Down with DEI. Vote, reform, reclaim, revenge, whatever the fuck. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that these people don't deserve their jobs. What am I saying? Dig yourself out of this one, Thompson. I'm saying that if the problem that you're trying to solve is not making British broadcasting so white, male, and middle class, so privileged, and middle class and plummy, I don't know, like giving the job to someone else who is at least superficially middle class and may well have been privately educated alongside all of the other white middle class men that have gone to Oxbridge. Like, if you're just giving the job to somebody else who is that as well, and they just happen to be Asian, what fucking problem are you solving? Who are you giving a leg up here? Do you know what I mean? Am I making sense? Class is the killer. Like, if you've got money, you're all right. If you're seen as high society, privileged, upper class, or whatever, blue-blooded, I suppose would be another way that they look at themselves. If you are that, or if you are seen to be that, or to represent that, you do get certain advantages in life, don't you? And not just in the courtroom, like Diddy or like anybody who gets off of serious charges over here. Not just in the, like I was reading the other day about trusts, about fucking inheritance, blind trusts and shit. And how, like, even relatively, like, you know, well-off people, they just get hit with, like, inheritance tax, right? Which is fine. That's fine. Pay your share, obviously. But then I was reading, like, you know, how if you're rich, if you're really rich, yeah, like, I'm not talking about somebody with, like, £1 million house. Like, obviously, you know, we look at that person, we go, wow, you're really wealthy. You've done wealthy. I'm talking rich. I'm talking, like, £10 million fucking Hampstead Heath Manors or some shit. If you're rich, you just open a trust and you mitigate the fuck out of the inheritance tax. You pay a subscription to the trust provider or something, and it feels like you're kind of ish paying tax, but then you could just funnel it out to a shell company or put it in a company name and then make your kids directors. Hand the asset over to a corporation. Make the kids then just... Do you know what I mean? There's ways that they mitigate it. Or like petrol. Petrol is something that hits the working classes and the middle classes. And it is obviously 75% tax for those of you who, you know, maybe don't drive or are not that aware about this stuff. About how much we are all taxed to the fucking hilt every time you pull into the Esso. Every time you fill up your car for like 60 quid or 70 quid, 75% of that is going to the exchequer in tax, in fuel duty, right? But then you look at jet fuel. Jet fuel is tax-free. It's like if you fly a private jet, if you're high society, blue-blooded, if you're privileged, if you're upper class, and you fly by VIP plane, there's no fuel duty on jet fuel. Like sometimes, do you know when people go like, oh, have you ever thought about getting an electric car, Aid? I'm like, fuck electric. I'm going to build my own car that runs on jet fuel to get around the tax. Yes, I'm an environmentalist. Yes, I've got principles. But yes, I also have bills.